And we'll stop in Alabama and pet Raven's cow. You're a fucker. Yeah, do something cool for your birthday. Yeah, I'm all about that shit. If I can travel, if I'm in an area, there's cool artists to collaborate with, like, I need to do more of that, you know? Sassy Savage. Holy shit. Look at that He-Man. Well, you, sir, madam, deserve some licks from the devil. That is just fucking awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad you dig. I will gut you when you least expect it. She likes my art too. She just doesn't like me. All right, enough Alabama jokes. Salute. It took me the longest time to figure out that '07 shit, and then I'm like, I see it in World of Tanks all the time, and I'm like, oh, that's what it is. Right. But thanks for popping in, yeah, and checking it out and dropping those that beautiful He-Man collection there of rainbows and. If you like this Scrubs art, you should see what the welder did. Oh yeah, check out the welder shit on my Discord. His stuff is his latest piece is pretty dope. And if you're an artist, feel free to pop a link. I'd love to check out your stuff. I don't mind people sharing their art on my feed. That's A-OK. This video too, my God, when I first saw Head Like a Hole as a kid, I'm like, I want my art to look like this video. This is insane. And he's wrapped up in the videotape and hangs upside down, and I'm like, that looks fun. There we go. Woo! Cockball. Yeah. Yes, you need to be initiated. I do not share my art. I'm a hermit. That is A-OK. You do not have to. I appreciate you hanging out and enjoying the art. Not everybody likes to share, and nothing wrong with that. I mean, their art. Yeah, if you ever do, Kyroon won't look at it and just be like, nice. He'll actually give a detailed assessment and a beautiful critique. He went down that savage road once, and he almost got his ass welded to the chair. It was a sight to see. So yeah, well, let me pan back and show you the panel I'm working on so you guys can get the whole gist of it, especially Sassy Savage. So, that is the knight that says knee. Let's look into his eyes. Woo! Okay. Yeah, you can see my chat. So that's him. And then we pan up to the bubblegum girls. And then the little French guy. Let's see if I can fire up the drone here. Oh, I got a toothbrush hooked to it. There we go. Get a much better view. Sorry, that light's washing it out. There we go. So there's Frenchie. There's the girls from Castle Anthrax. That'll be the sign that says Castle Anthrax. And then we go down into the Knights at Sea. And that's all for the piece back there. There's the big panel. Sorry, my Wizard of Oz piece is blocking it right now. Let me put the equipment back. Bear with me. I'm going to knock everything on the floor, aren't I? Okay, and then let's zoom back in. Okay, actually we're gonna, yeah, let's keep it a little bit, that'll work. Yeah, you'll see some wall, but I'm gonna start dropping in the background around here, so. There we go, and tilt it a little, and there we go, okay. Professional grade video production. Cool. So there you go. And then I have one more panel that's this big that needs to be finished. And then I have 2x4s that have been sprayed with cracked gold spray paint that are going to be framing the piece in the middle. And then these doors will attach and they'll actually close on the painting. So fantastic work, I see. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, let's start dropping in some, I think just get some more toasty oranges in there. And let's see. There we go. Maybe a little bit of this. Oh, I want knee in red. I think I do, but I'm out. Oh, you know what? Can never have enough pink. Okay. So we're going to grab the Sounds Epic. It is. It's one of the more, I'm not just painting on a canvas and giving it to the client pieces that I've worked on, you know, actually building it as like an old 1400s style triptych, you know, since it is medieval, the whole movie's based around that. I wanted the painting to capture that feeling, and one of the ways to do that was to, you know, definitely have the entire piece be able to shut, you know, and kind of look like some of the old ones. So I think it worked out. I don't want, what am I doing in the, okay, we'll do a darker orange for that. We will do this in pink, because knee just sounds like just a pink word. There we go. We can all listen to Trent whine. Welder's hugging his laser machine right now. Sorry, man. No. There we go. Yeah, that'll pop against that. Which is kind of how I do color composition. I mean, I know enough to where it, like what won't work, but a lot of times it's like what's going to work in the immediate area that, you know, whatever I'm working on is positioned. And whether or not it matches the other shit, who cares? There we go. Okay. And I hope I measured the doors right too, because I had to add the 7 inches for the 2x4s plus. I actually, if you didn't notice, I actually had to cut part of this board about maybe 2.5 inches off. So that's why he's kind of going right up to the edge. And then part of the girl's red hair got lopped off, but it didn't affect it. I swear. Boom. That just fits him perfect. Knee is not like a strong word. It doesn't need flames written on it. Whoa, 42 bits. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I don't have my alerts set up, so too bad. But I appreciate it. Thank you so much for that. But I will, I swear, this winter I will work on. I've complained to the normal viewers of this. I will get my, you know, screaming. We have Sugar and I actually talked about this. We might sample some Cannibal Corpse, and have some really obnoxious animations for when people cheer and all that. So, but thank you so much for the bits. Biddies! Numero uno. Oh, let me, we can do the tension. Stupid fucking ads. Come on. Let's see here. All right. I'm just going to keep going with 9 Inch Nails. I don't feel like being original. Okay. Let's get the big brush out. So, oops, that might have a little too much water on it. Let's see. Paper towel. That, in fact, has, here we go. We'll beat the devil out of it. Now there's orange paint everywhere. Yeah. And get that right up to the edge there. I'm coming on camera here. Hang on, it's going up the board. Whoa, you can see it now. I should adjust the camera angle, but oh well. Devil RIP 5. I know. I need my my devil count. Oh, nice. Brill's now hosting me at the 8 viewers. What's up, Brill? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And Silicon Bleach. I haven't popped into your stream in a while. I owe you a visit. Let's see what's going on in the world of charcoal and pastel and hookahs. Good stuff. Thank you so much for the hosts and the. We're getting that late night pulse. Devil RIP 5. Yeah, thank you so much. Thanks for popping in and hosting. Appreciate it. Just dropping in this final background on the Monty Python piece here, and Freya, what's happening? Geez, look at the progress on that. Yeah, I banged out quite a bit tonight. So there you go. So now I'm just dropping in more of kind of like a blood orange, you know, in the background, and then I'll do a little bit of inking to just not make it feel like it's floating out there. So if I get really ambitious, I might actually take some of the redhead's hair and maybe hang a strand or two on either side. I was thinking of intertwining it with the with that, but I still need to like sponge on some of the moss that he has hanging in his horn. So that might have been too much, but or whatever. I'm just trying to figure out how not to have to do it. Yeah, I'm excited. I should. I mean, it's only midnight. I plan on finishing this tonight. So, damn, this brush absorbs a shitload of water. There we go. So yeah, everybody that just joined, how was your night? Any new art, please link it in chat. I'd love to see it. We've been posting some new pieces. Welders put up a badass piece tonight. Kyroon's working on the hairstyles of the sea, which is going to be a badass hat pin series. If you want to throw up the Discord, Kyroon, if you're listening. We have some stuff posted up there. Am I in chat? Yeah, I am. Discord. So if you want to check out the Discord, we do have an art share. If you want to link some art in chat too and let everybody take a look at it or whatnot, feel free. I don't mind if people share their shit in the chat. And of course, bam, welcome to the cult of the cockpaw. That's not my idea. That's all the people that usually watch. So if it's freaky and weird and you don't like it, don't blame me. But yeah, so you can see the picture in the back. That is the big middle panel for Monty Python and the Holy Grail. And that will be, that is a 3 foot by 4 foot canvas. This is one of the doors that will attach to the side of it. And there we go. And let's give some texture to this. I'm still trying to work on something. Finally got the pose to work. I'm over 250 try. Holy shit. Well, that's dedication. That's nuts. Human form, I'm assuming, is that what you're talking about? Like somebody posing for... There we go. Strip out some of the color, give it that nice antiquated look. Same on this side. Blend that in up here. Make sure this doesn't collapse. What pose? Takes no blame after posting it. The fetal position is rough. I used to draw a lot of fetuses, paint them live. Yeah, not too bad. All right, gonna beat the devil out of it one more time. Woo! And then, of course, for all the people just joining, here's some licks from the devil. From him to you. Yeah. There's a great book called Dynamic Anatomy. I know that's one of the old school comic book, comic guys' kind of go-to guides. You know, I use for like all my pinup work and whatnot, I use, there's a couple people on DeviantArt that shoot nothing but stock dynamic poses that you can use even for commercial purposes. But if you're just referencing, you know, the art as well, they don't matter. Doesn't really, they don't care. But there's a few people I use. And then I have my wife pose a bunch too. Not like new dynamics. That's for later. But if I'm like, hey, hold this apple pie, and I gotta, yeah, okay, that's great. But yeah, I can look up the link and link you to this girl's DeviantArt account. But it's pretty awesome. And it's, you know, depends what you're doing. She's got a lot of like sword play and gun play and stuff you'd expect in a comic book, but you know. But there is other stuff, just, you know, sitting poses and heavier people. I mean, it's not all just like, you know, obscenely over busty, you know, women and muscular dudes. She does some like realistic people stock as well. All right, there's too much water in this side of it, but it's got kind of a cool effect, so we're gonna roll with it. And I'm gonna let it dry and not fuck with it and come back. Okay, so let's go across. All right, I like that. That adds a lot of, it really warms up his coat too. It's got a nice fiery glow, like oh, this apple pie. Yeah, you want to know? Hang on, I'll show you guys something special. Hold on, one sec. So the painting I'm going to show you, it's a girl holding an apple pie. She has a .50 caliber machine gun, and the bullets are coming out of the apple pie. My wife posed for this, so You'll now know the joke as to why I said that, but let's see if I can hold it back far enough. But this is Ma Deuce. So 4 feet by, so let's see if I can zoom in there and get the, you can see the apple pie whoop, down there. And the bullets are coming out of the apple pie, fed into it. So she's a 50s housewife, and it's a 50 caliber machine gun. And then it's got all the kind of the cheeky, 50s writing and whatnot. So, but yeah, so that's Ma Deuce, and my wife is a redhead, so her hair's a little bit shorter. It's not 15 feet long, but But yeah, so there's the apple pie. But yes, I had her hold an apple pie up. And if I had a copy of my art book, right? Yeah, I used what I got, man. I've been trying to get the focus and anatomy right in a fantasy pose, shooting a 6-shooter from the screen, pouring a drink in his mouth at the same time. It's mostly struggling. Oh, that sounds awesome. Fuck yeah. But yeah, that was Ma Deuce, that painting. So I tried to, oh, that's kind of a cool effect. I'm just going to run my thumb over here and add texture. There we go. I'm wondering if I even want any lines. Maybe some blast lines coming out from behind him. Because that would kind of match the Frenchy dude. He's got those lines coming out from around his head. That'd be kind of cool. Let's do it. Fuck it. All right, ruler. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, I'll post it up in Discord though. The that link to some dynamic anatomy references. So we're gonna use his. Let's see here. I mean, we could go really wild. We could just go out. We're gonna use his nose. Everything's gonna come from his nose. How about that? And we're just gonna put a few basic pencil marks. Yeah, why not? That'll work. Actually, let's get another one there. I got it figured out how to enlarge it and get to drawing, and I'm not used to working on big planes, so challenges all around. Yeah. Yeah, when I first started streaming on Twitch and it was working on the smaller 16 by 20 format, it was a lot harder to I really had to think about the detail I was putting in because it could get lost or whatnot. But normally I work, like that painting I just showed you is 4 feet by 2 feet. That's normally how big I work, but I really wanted to crank out, a bunch of new artwork for tour. And obviously that's a good way to do it. Is work a little bit smaller, but I love working on larger pieces. Like the big World War II piece I'm about to start after this one, that's going to be 6 feet by 4 feet. Is going to be that'll be a monster. I usually work on postcard size. See, I don't know how the fuck you do that. That would drive me insane. Yeah, I mean, maybe if I had one of those big magnifier things and I could, it's a bit daunting to go A2, yeah. And I know A2. I am familiar with those weird-ass European styles. So we'll just freehand these lines in. I've been doing a lot of 5x7. Yeah. Yeah. I used to do these little 5x7 canvases that had this little guy. Fuck, what was his name? It's crazy. I did probably hundreds of drawings of this character, and I forgot his name. What were they called? I don't know, a little stuffed animal thing, but I do them up, just draw them up in black and white. And 8x10, someone found out what to put on them. Just use them to serve a cheeseburger on, or... You're like, they make great dinner trays. The fuck was that character called? Oh, man. It's gonna haunt me. And it had like a... Oh, shit. That isn't good. He had a cool name, too. It was like a Victor, or a... Fuck if I know. Is this what's gonna happen to my children? What was your name again? I need a name for a glam rock turtle. Cheerio Hardshell. That was quick, too. You know someone named Cheerio Hardshell, don't you? That's one of them old people you drink tea with. Yeah, I like how that action line. Okay, so we'll start, and we'll definitely add some more. Come on, ink. There we go. I play a lot of Dungeons. Awesome. Cheerio Hardshell. That's a fucking awesome name. You got it. You got some names, dude. Carl Lamari, that is awesome. That takes the fucking cake. Ninja Boy was on point with that. There we go. All right. Round 2. An eel with a top knot. Slick Rick? No. You discorded it? Freya's in the Cult of the Cockpaw. Slick Slim. Or like Erie McMahon. Be like an Ed McMahon character. With a top knot. Oh, so he's Japanese? Like Rishi Yamamoto? Or I mean, you can't give it a top knot and then give it some white dude's name. Right. His name's Rod. Rod and Eel. Oh, there you go. Rod and Reel. Did I have to explain that? Okay, that was bad. Woo! Yeah, like these blast lines are definitely adding a... Well, they add action. Which is exactly why they fucking use them in comic books. Alright. We'll detail out the lettering. See, I'm gonna add in some white highlights on this lettering too, really make it pop, give it kind of a graffiti feel. Mix even more styles into this painting. Murray Yamamoto. Murray. Sounds like an old agent, like an old movie star agent. Need something that sounds like a Japanese limo company. It's like it's an eel, a long organism. Whoa, there we go. Is all this okay, making sure I'm not painting off camera here. I have a very bad habit of doing that. I actually taught my son Moray eel, Murray. What about Moray Yamamoto? That's kind of cool. Just keep it the name of the eel, you know. There we go. Did you guys end up getting that shirtless guy banned last night? Kyroon left and went and watched him for an hour. Yeah, I'm here for the art. I was trying to make a play for the Moray eel. Yeah. My initial holy fuck? If so, fuck yeah. Seriously went and put a shirt on. You fucked up Raven's flow. She's like, wait, I was having a great time, and you had to go tell him about the terms of service. Kyroon, you can't expect to flirt with her and then take away the shirtless dude that's entertaining her. That's not how it works, bud. Let's put this one in first. Well, you deserve the holy fuck. Well, that sounds creepy. Welder. Not from the Pope, but just the compliment in general. Like, that's seriously, I love the design. It's awesome. Just posted what I finished. Cool. Let's check it. Art share. Mr. Penguin. Dude, that's rad. Was that Danny DeVito Penguin, right? Yeah, that's sick as hell. You deserve it, man. Good art. Good art's good art. And I hope my critique of it, you know, and suggestions were, you know, well received, and it wasn't, you know, too overly complex, or I was just trying to throw out there what I saw and what I thought would strengthen the image. You got the light critique. I've destroyed some people's portfolios before, but they deserved it. It wasn't good art, you know. I mean, they needed a lot of help, but you know, but no one was telling them like the truth, you know. And that's the problem. I hate it when people are, you know, oh, it's great, yeah, glad you're doing it, you know. But it's like, you know what? There could be a couple of things that would really strengthen the piece, and this and that, and just well, and you'll learn. I mean, you know, sometimes if it's necessary, I mean, that's what you got to look at. You got to look at it from a professional point of view, and say, hey, you know what? I'm really stuck on something, and maybe I should throw it out to the public and kind of get a critique or whatnot. And as long as you're surrounded by, which I would like to think that the hardcore people in this chat room would give you a decent review or some suggestions. We all seem to like doing that, throwing out cool ideas and stuff. Then that's definitely okay. I mean, I wouldn't want to deter you from You know, because I know it's scary throwing something out there that's not finished, and you're like, well, it's not done. Like, please don't. I've done that shit. I mean, even on stuff like this, where I'm just like retardedly dropping color in, it looks like I'm painting it like a 6-year-old. But I know the inking is where the magic happens. So, you know, I still get nervous about like, are people going to be, you know, trying to. Not what they would say, but like worried about getting to this inking point because I know it's going to look fucking cool as shit. So, you know, that feeling never goes away that, you know, you just want to present like the best side and whatnot, but leave that to the buying customers. On the one hand, he shatters my illusions and then says, why don't you go professional? I got afraid of drawing and painting because my dad's critique. Someone who shatters from the studio. Why don't you go professional? Yeah, Dad. Also, crap. Right. Well, that's good that he, you know, gave a good critique. You know, I mean, that's something. It's one of the most important things that an artist needs that they rarely get is someone who knows what they're talking about giving them a decent critique. Yeah, Kyron, I will eventually review a new one. And see, the welder, I mean, we gave a decent review of nice, meaning we gave a decent, like, review of Kyron's bullshit nice comment. You know, we got your back. Most definitely. On the one is, I mean, my publisher one year, he made this like 15-year-old cry at Comic-Con because he thought the kid was 21. You know, I guess he just looked older or whatnot, and he just like ripped him a new one on his portfolio, and the kid just started, and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, and he's like, oh, I just, you know, I'm almost out of high school and this and that, and he's like, how old are you? And he's like, oh, I might have presented that a little bit different if I didn't think, you know, he was an actual adult that could handle it. If the input is just negative, suggested changes, and no positives, throw out the person's opinion for everything it said. Raven, that's a great way. Yeah. Yeah, Lil Ray. There you go. He can be one of the 8,000 rappers on Spotify that have the name that starts with Lil. Yeah, and if someone critiques your shit and doesn't give you, like, positive, then all they're trying to do is deter you because they're worried that you're, and that usually means you're good. And they don't want the competition. I met a lot of comic guys that have done that, like when I was getting my work reviewed, and granted, my shit was weird as fuck. They probably just didn't know how to review it. I mean, but they could see basics, like if I knew how to draw a human being. Yeah. And that's one reason, like, I really like, you know, people sharing their art and allowing me to critique it, or having all you guys jump in and critique it, because, you know, it's something that if we can nurture, like, a place that people can get their artwork critiqued properly, then that's going to go a long way in helping the artists, especially the artists that are on Twitch that are looking to go pro or at least improve their artwork. Where's that fucking Hydrobot? Forgot to tell me to drink some goddamn water. All right, I'm happy with the lines. They look a little thin on camera because of the angle, but straight on they add a lot to it. So, yeah. Still got to figure out the Mohawk Seahorse. Oh yeah. Completely quit drawing and painting in high school, and because the images were a bit dark, my teacher sent me to counseling and abused portraits anymore. Dude, that's fucked up. Like, unless you do a drawing, I mean, even if you do draw a drawing, it says, like, I'm going to fucking kill my teacher, you know. I mean, if you could come up with a story as to what that means, then, you know, whatever, but... yeah, and that shit's not challenging. When someone just, like, does shitty things to you or won't help you because they really just want to push you, and that's bullshit. That's like the whole, you know, where in my parents not supporting me as an artist growing up, you know. I realized early on they just didn't understand it. It wasn't them not supporting me. They just didn't get the art thing, you know. And it's not an easy thing to understand. It's complete insanity to think you're going to draw pictures on pieces of paper and canvases and people are going to pay you a lot of money. But, of course, it's true. You can do it. But, yeah, that whole, like, oh, I'm not going to help. I'm going to, you know, bullshit you until you make it just to see you fight and struggle is, like, lame. Like, give them the information now. Let them start improving now. Help them now. That way when they get out in the workforce, it's not years of bullshit. Like, they're prepped for that. When they actually have the time, like, living at home and not having to worry about bills and shit, to come up with ideas and to really hone their skills. Like, I'd love to see artists come out of the gates at high school or from high school, ready to kick ass, ready to not waste time with art school if that's not their thing or if it's not really going to help them, and to actually get into the workforce as a professional artist and not have just arrogant dick fucks and a bunch of people that don't want the competition. You know, I don't mind the competition. I say bring it on. Healthy competition just means I'm going to create better art. Always send people out crying, so I got a bit of, yeah. Till one night, somebody put a knife to the professor's throat. I was doing a study on bruises, scars, and wounds in the comfort zone of portraits front view. Nice. I hear that a lot, Raven. Yeah, I don't endorse art school at all, unless you need to get into animation and you need to use their $1 million rendering machine or whatever. But like this, painting, pick up a fucking brush. There's your art school. Go learn business. Learn sales. Get a telemarketing job. Learn history and English. You'll be a fucking amazing artist. But going to art school and having them beat the creativity out of you, and then you have like all these little competitive emo fucks around you, and then they just try and like hone you and your skills so you can work for George Lucas or Pixar or these other sweatshops. Not cool. Not cool, man. You know, got to encourage the art. Because art's not just learning to do this and getting a job. That's like, you know, that's not the important part of art. It's like honing your legacy, honing your message, what you want to say, if anything. I know Ninja Boy's just into Satan, but that's cool. But who isn't? Yeah, I mean, high school is all you generally need for drawing, charcoal, painting, anything tactile. High school and practice. You get all that shit for free in high school. You don't have to pay for it. And then if you want to hone your drawing skills, community college, life drawing courses, shit like that, that's cheap. There's usually some nightclubs or bars that do free sketch nights or stuff like that. We used to throw those all the time in San Diego to help artists. And dude, we threw a badass after party at Comic-Con once. It was called the Cottontail Massacre, so everything was like demonic bunny themed or whatnot. But we had a loft overlooking the entire dance floor. And if you brought your sketchbook, we had a burlesque troupe that came in, and they would go up and pose. A couple 5-minute, 10-minute, 20-minute poses, and you could sketch. And then we had 14 artists working on 4 panels this big, all collaborating. And then, but to be able to, you know, just do cool shit like that, where like, oh, I'm an artist, I bring my sketchbook in, I can sit up there and have burlesque dancers pose for me, do some sketching, and drink a cocktail and watch a DJ, you know, and then go down and jump on the collaborative piece. So stuff like that, that's what needs to be nurtured in a lot of cities and places across the U.S., not being $100,000 in debt for Art Institute, which doesn't do fuck all for you after you have left. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but most people I've talked to that have gone to the Art Institute in specific, they said they have a very limited job placement program, or they don't have like do they have lawyers, entertainment lawyers sitting around ready to help, intellectual property lawyers, CPAs, do they have a data bank of reference, you know, resources like that, which is what you actually need. And artists, you are your biggest critic. So yes, and that is a good thing, because if it's a you know, you're going to give yourself a lot more shit than I can, or somebody else can. And it's, that's definitely what, and if you listen to that, and if you control it and have a good relationship with your inner critic, then you can definitely put out some badass shit. All right. I got blast lines. This motherfucker, not only is he cracked out, the crackiness is emanating. There's the hydration bot. AI sent me to 200 interviews for jobs I was in no way qualified for in Denver. I mean, they sent you to interviews, but yeah. I went to a state university with a good art program, and well, I ended up with $8,000 in debt. I got a minority scholar. Okay. Yeah, scholarships, all that. I just, people that went to the Art Institute that are $100,000 in debt are serving me my coffee most of the time right now. And they're beaten, and they're bludgeoned, and they're tired, and, and they put all this time and effort in, and then they get out into the world, and it's scary as fuck for an artist to, like, find their way. And it's like, I work for $1 billion rolling paper company. Like, I didn't know 4 years ago, like, I was ever going to be in this industry. Cannabis? Doing artwork for rock shows? Like, that was not on my radar. I wanted to be in comic books. I wanted to do stuff for movies. I wanted to, be in completely different industries than I am now. But I am so happy I'm in the industries I am right now. So, one was a senior graphic designer for the city of Denver the day after graduation, and if you didn't go to the interviews, they wouldn't send you to anymore. So I just brought water and snacks with me and talked to. And sometimes that's what gets you jobs. If you go in and you're like, dude, they sent me here, I am totally not qualified, but you got a lot of blank walls in this place, so let's talk turkey. How much do you got in the budget to cover these walls with some cool art? Or whatever, just kind of spin the conversation to wherever you want, Would you like a granola bar, perhaps a water? I don't have a good relationship with my inner critic, but then I'm stubborn and have supportive friends and family. The hub stops me from Freddie. Yeah, I'm stubborn as well, but I've learned. I'm 14 years into this professionally, so. Yeah, I did get approached by SCAD in high school because I lived in Virginia, so they sent some recruiters up there, but that's what I told them. I'm like, I've already put my first comic book out. I sold 400 copies. I'm making money, and I'm off and running, and I keep drawing and I get better. So what exactly do you offer? So in my specific situation, it was worthwhile for me not to go to art school. I'm not saying it's for everybody. And people that are in art school right now, I don't want to talk shit and say that you're doing a bad thing, because you're pursuing it. And that's, G.I. Joe, that's half the battle. So, Johnny Stallion for the punk rock seahorse. That works, dude. Or Rocky Stallion. Johnny Stallion. And I'm going to have an M&M in honor of all those who will be eating M&Ms for dinner because they're in art school and in debt. Okay, let's get the orange going. We'll start working on the sign, and we'll call this bitch done. And then we'll start working on the other panel. Yeah, if I had my way and my parents were going to pay $100,000 for me to go to the Art Institute, give me the fucking money for a marketing budget. Put me on the road, spend $100,000 paying for my booths at festivals, and let me sell, and let me get out there and let me meet people. Because you want to be the one that's the easiest to pick up the phone to call when a band needs art, when the festival needs people to help with large-scale installations, when you're building up that crowd and they know they see you every year. Give me that money for that. Because if I can go out and start making money, and people will, even if it's not the best art that you're putting out or the highest caliber. I'm nowhere near where I'm going to be 5 years from now, 2 years from now. But people follow that, and they follow your progress and how well that you've done, and that's what builds up, your fan base. And, shit, yeah, if I had $100,000 from my parents when I was 20 years old to go out and market myself, as long as I had someone to help me, because I probably would have fucked up and blew it all at 20, but... Finished his double comic last year, struggled hard now. Yeah, But you know what? It's like the struggle. That's the fun part. That's where you get your ideas, you know? Like we put, a couple weeks ago, we put a fuckload of money into the business, and we were, our budget was really stretched to what we could eat, and my wife and Sugar, and I mean, they came up with some great ideas for some amazing food that on a budget, and it's like, because I'm very seasonal, I mean, in the next month I'll be flush as fuck with cash, and then you go through like, between now and, next January, I gotta, budget out what I made at the festivals, and then you're flush again, but like certain things that like, it's good to be lean at certain times, and then it's good to have a lot of money, and it's good to, Awesome. I picked up 5 album cover jobs off going to an amateur music festival. Yeah. Would you, by the time you get to my age? Yeah, I'm only 42. I mean, shit. That's young in the art world. Like, they wanted a naked grandma spread eagle in a wheelchair with a dildo in her mouth. I had to tell them that there's no way in hell I'm painting that. Yeah, the dildo's a little excessive. I wouldn't have done it either. Yeah, no. But, yeah, I mean, there's so many ways. I personally believe getting out there is the best way to do it because, because it's worked for me. But at the same, like I said, people want to buy directly from the artist, and they will support that till the end of time. Got 11 years to catch up. There you go. I've done, dude. So I am 12 years professional now. It was right before my 30th birthday I quit and became a pro. And I've done a shitload. An obscene amount of art and shows. And I went from, so when I quit when I was 29 years old, 3 months before I turned 30, I had one kid's book contract for $3,000 to do 17 spot illustrations, black and white. I had a couple of Craigslist ads, and I had a $10,000 mortgage loan go through. I was a broker. So I took that commission. The children's book started. That lasted about 6 months, and then I was broke and struggled. So let's say 7 years ago, I met my wife, which was, so let's say that was 5 years after I decided to go pro. So for 5 years, I was basically painting every night in a nightclub to make, maybe my bills were $500 a month. I had a roommate situation, $50 cell phone bill. So did that, and when I met Rachel, that was the first time that someone walked into the print shop and saw my art, and then ended up paying $12,000 for 2 of my paintings. And then it was probably 3 more years after that before anybody bought an original for that much again. So, I mean, yeah, it takes a long time. But in that time, going from having like no prospects and 1 children's book to now I tour with the big rock shows, deal directly with the promoters. My artwork goes in all the green rooms for all the celebrity rock stars. I have 16 books out now. I'm manufacturing worldwide. That's in 11 years, dude. So you have plenty of time to catch up. And you got people feeding you advice now. I didn't have a mentor at all. I had a bunch of fucking jokers around me that, like, were worse than I was. I don't mean art-wise. I mean it, like, at life. So that's 100%. You have way too much time. No, you got plenty of time, man. Yeah, networking. You can network. I went to San Francisco one weekend, got a $10,000 book contract, painted at the Supper Club, which is a legendary nightclub up there, and then solidified my bookings for the next year. That was in a weekend. And then I met probably the 5 people I still know today in San Francisco that have not only bought a ton of art, but have become great friends and handled a lot of my booking. That was a Saturday and Sunday in San Francisco. All about being in the right places, too. And none of this None of this came with me having to do sexual favors either. That's the great part. They actually enjoyed the art. No. Kidding. I'm so fucking hungry. I know. I'm starting to get hungry too. I got this bag of M&Ms here. That's what, you know. No clue where I'd be now if I hadn't stopped painting where I had first kid that was 18 years ago. Pick it up again if you haven't done it. I mean, you do it now, right? You paint? Shit, what does this guy want? Hang on a minute. Oh, what the fuck is that? Is that my vector? It is. Sorry, my manufacturer just sent me some new updated pictures. I vectorized the MG42 Mosquito, and they just put it on a dab mat. That is insane. Oh, I see what they're doing. If it's good, it looks good to go. Show me, I still need breakfast. Very spontaneously. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, you'll pick it up a lot quicker. I mean, it's not exactly like riding a bike, but you still have it. Those memories are there. The muscle memory is hidden somewhere. But yeah. And most of it just has to do with giving a fuck about, you know, wanting to do art. Does it bring you pleasure? You keep saying vectorized. I don't want to sit at Illustrator with a pencil forever. No. I fed that drawing into an online program called Vector Magic. I don't do vector. Sugar's figured out a little vector. But no, I feed it into an online program that I pay for each month, and it'll vectorize it for me in like 5 minutes or less. 3 minutes. And it came out cool. I mean, it separated it into about 3,600 colors, but maybe not that many, but it looks rad. Yeah, no, source that shit out. No one wants to sit there, you know, if you're a painter, it's not our thing. My buddy Kai, he loves doing Photoshop and vectors and Illustrator and all that. So and Sugar's learning it now too, so I just let them do it. I'm going to take a quick break. Let me call Z. He's the guy handling my manufacturer. Sorry, it's business hours overseas right now. But when I come back, I will start working on the sign. So bear with me for about 5 minutes. Thank you guys for hanging in there and chatting it up. It's been a great night. A lot of info sharing. I will be right back. I love some Zach Green. M&M's for the road.
in the lounge. Got the chin held high and you feel just fine. Cause you do what you know. But it's not your heart, it is like getting touched when it's cold. Cause I feel you believe. From your fight, I am not free. From your
totally bombed the Discord art share. All right, I'm back. Had to go through a few awesome new things, new products, a combination anti-slip mat with a die-cut dab mat in it. Awesome. It's going to look great. All right. So, I'm finished this dude. I have the blast lines. I am going to attempt, bear with me a minute. Let's see here. I have to lower this, which is going to be a slow process, or you're about to see some funny shit online. Let's see. Come on. There we go. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now I can work on that sign a lot better. I'm so far removed from the drug scene. I actually had to look up dab. It's just a concentrated way to smoke weed. You know, they press it. Yeah, you'll see. Look it up. Look up a good YouTube video, like funny dab moments. I love the colors in it. Getting clip ready. Oh yeah, Discord, right? Did somebody bomb the Discord? Holy shit. Good Lord. Yes, you did. Oh, Calvin and Hobbes. Nice. Got some pencil. Color. Oh, is that Eddie from Iron Maiden? That's badass. Yeah, I don't know where Sugar went, Rich. He was working on something. He went into the motorhome and fell asleep. What is that? These little figures. You sculpt? Are those little sculptures? Man, those are all badass. You said this is one day. Relax. This is. I found it. Understand. I found it. I understand. Yeah. So dabbing's like if you drink beer and then all of a sudden you decided like you wanted to start drinking Aftershock or Everclear. Memorial piece for a friend. It was my first all pen and yes miniscopes. Cool. Yeah, love Eddie. He's just such a badass iconic character. Let me grab the sketch for this. 1 second. All right. So you can see we changed it a little bit, obviously, with just it had the 4 girls, and we went and did that. Just so much more dynamic with the bubblegum girls. But Castle Anthrax, 1,975 days since our last spanking, so that was the sign in there. 1975 is the client's birthday, so that's why that's how many days there are. So that is what we're going to write in there. And as far as lettering, I don't like it, but we'll see what we can do. I usually just do a very stylized lettering. And we'll just kind of pencil it. Yeah, that way I know where the letters kind of fall. And what do we got? 1,900. You got the same pencil? Yeah, this is like a 12-pack at the dollar store. People who like lettering are sick fucks. Yeah, I never, yeah. But I also like hand lettering. I mean, it just adds more to the painting itself than like trying to digitally insert it, and it just doesn't look right. Yeah, see, like that needs to be spread out more. Hand lettering thing. I tried that hand lettering to look like a 20 sign. Yeah, I used to do calligraphy. You know. Aftershock. Went to a Lockheed Super Bowl party in Vegas one year. They give out free shots of Aftershock for 12 hours. Oh my God, that's a little excessive. Just pick the nicest, whatever side you think looks the best. You need. Do I need to help move that? Let me know. Okay. All right. 1 sec. My muscles are required. Move some plywood. Yeah, for sure. All right. What did I miss? I get liking hand lettering, but making it's nerve wracking. I'll get bag on lettering. That's where I started painting sound high essential from yesterday. With a ton of money till someone from the city council watched me painting Christmas shit on the windows, and then he started asking me about how much I was getting paid and eventually how old I was, and they shut me down hard. You were 13? That's crazy. That's pretty cool though. Let's see here. Yeah, let's start off with Ghost. Yeah, just switching the music up a little bit. Aphex Twin. Okay. Yeah, I mean, as far as this lettering, it's just all hand lettered. I am gonna go in, I think, and let me get a little bit of cream color, some brown, and just add a little bit of where'd that bowl go with that colors in it. Yeah, that's that one, that one. Where'd the one with the brown go? Here it is. Just add a little bit of color variance. I definitely, let me hit this with this darker color a little bit. It's the equivalent of a Photoshop drop shadow. There we go. Mohawk Seahorse should have punk accessories. Yeah, like a big spike bracelet, but like attached to his tail. That'd be pretty dope. These characters' names, they should have more than hair. Glamrock Turtle, Spandex one. Yeah. Like more detail, and especially like like Glamrock. I mean like leopard prints and stripes, and like the more detailed, the better. And like I said, you can get pretty detailed with the hat pins, like as far as like how much you can add to them. It'll come out from the fence though. Like there's gonna be no way to. We could frame it. Yeah. I don't know. Huh? But that's the point, right? They should have given us a budget. Yeah, if you feel that the it's bending too much, then yeah. Okay, then yeah, we can definitely add. To beat the devil out of it. There we go. We'll go like get that scrubbed in, and then we take our paper towel. There we go. The bomb smothered the heavy critique, eh? What? Yeah, just everyone's maybe a baller neck chain for the little what's his fuck. Yeah, I'm like a chalice. He's got to have a chalice. Right? A little yellow, a little red. Do it. Smear some paint around. That's all an artist job qualifications are anyway. What are your skills? I smear shit around. What the fuck? That's supposed to happen? Yep. Mm. I haven't listened to his album in so long. Plug in cables. Sounds time consuming. Alright. Alright, we're gonna noodle. So we're just gonna go, we're gonna write in the basic. Cinnamon snoring in the background. All right. Did you ever misspell anything, Sean? Oh, hell yeah. In fact, now that you said that, okay, I got it right. Yeah, I've done some lettering on paintings and completely fucked it up. Forgot a letter, and recently. I mean, this isn't something that, just plagued me years ago. I think we all do it, though, because, we get so concerned with, like, oh, I got to get the letter right, and, oh, I did not spell that right. I almost want these to be, like, really cool vines, like, we'll see how it looks when maybe it should be, like, one of those weird, like, tree, like, death metal band logos that you can never read, that just looks like a bunch of tree roots. That's always good shit. And draw through today. There we go. Teleport me some food. You make everyone hungry. And I have no idea what I'm doing with this lettering, so if this comes out looking like complete garbage, feel free to tell me. Oh, you know what? This hair never got detailed. All right? All right. I am hungry. I hear you, bud. And if I had a teleporter, I would send you some food. There we go. Whee! I currently have no food at my house. I'm probably just going to eat ice cream. I had some ice cream tonight, but after eating some homemade fried rice that sugar created, cooked up. It was good. Oregon hazelnut and caramel ice cream. My mom lives off ice cream, but can't eat too much of it. I don't know. Fucks with my stomach. I mean, it is dairy, so. My mom lives on Earth. He'll be here all week because he never gets a day off. There we go. And of course, I'm like, why don't we get all flowery and fucking complex with the lettering? And probably added 2 hours to this sign that didn't need to be added. Whoa, shit! What do you do on your days off? Give me some weird, cynical shit. You're like, I robbed KFCs and light cop cars on fire. I'm hoping now you work on some more bomb-ass artwork. But I gotta work 14, 15 hours to make my 50 hours this week. Oh my god. That's insanity. I mean, I don't weld, but I know all about long hours. I think Sugar and I probably work about 80 hours a week each. Is that Alan Blob? What's up, dude? Thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thanks for joining. He draws on his days off. Yeah, man. Thanks for joining Cult of the Cockpaw. Boom. Boom. Welcome, newbie. Enjoy the licks from the devil. Nothing weird or cynical. I'm gonna go to my aunt's house and help with some housework. Cool. Well, Sean, I better tackle some chores around the house. I'll be lurking though. Awesome, Freya. Thank you. Don't work too hard though. Don't work too hard. Can you really call it work if you're drinking? You're right. She is European. Bunch of lushes. That's awesome. Well, thanks for popping in. I'll be on for a few more. I really want to get this panel done so I can wake up tomorrow and be like, yeah, motherfucker, it is Thursday already. Fuck. Oh my god, this fucking week. Oh, you were talking about me. Okay. Yes, you can. That's what being an artist is about. And the big thing you'll run into, especially with spouses, yes, it is working. Why is my computer turned weird? There we go. Yes, it is working if I'm sitting on the couch thinking for 4 hours. I mean, how the fuck else am I going to come up with these ideas for the paintings, right? You know? Sometimes you got to think, and that's work. In fact, that's the hard part, conceptualizing all this shit. I never do give up. I mean, for God's sake, you know, what am I supposed to just like think on the run? You know, quick, man, think up an idea. I'm about to go online and paint in 5 minutes. I actually do put some thought into the artwork that I paint for you guys. I'm just really looking forward to a 15-hour shift. Yeah, I can imagine, dude. I'm not an alcoholic. It's my day off. Oh, professional alcoholic. That's amazing. Yeah. He's like, I ain't drinking because I ain't getting paid to drink. Yeah, no, that welder, that helps, man. You know, that's one of the really cool things that's come out of this is definitely collaborating with you guys on some paintings and as far as conceptualizing the ideas and whatnot. And I haven't had to lay around on the couch for 4 hours, and I get to lay around with my son and watch people play video games on YouTube. Because that's productive. Castle. And deep breath. I think I want to take the tea and do one of these little. There we go. Little bean vine doohickeys. There we go. I think professional alcoholics are called sommeliers. What? Somalians? I'm from Somalia. Oh, you're an alcoholic. I get paid for sitting on the phone waiting for it to ring. If it rings, agony starts and I have to crank open a bridge or water. Talking work on my day. Yeah, awful influences. Summon you. Except it's angry truckers. Damn it, Kyrene. Yeah. Well, obviously they call you by your real name. But whoa. I'm completely just fucking around right now. There we go. IRL that call me rude. I piss people off for sure. How dare I open a freaking bridge like once a day in these times? Lettering is hard because I'm a perfectionist sometimes, and if a word has double letters, I hate them because they can't. Oh, yeah. That's why everything about my art is whatever. It all works because it's all weird and twisty, and I made sure of that shit, so I didn't have to get stuck in a position where like everything had to be symmetrical and nice and even. And I mean, there's a balance to it, but as far as the actual line work, like it can work without having to worry about that. And splattering and drips, and I made sure it was hard to fuck up, so I didn't have to didn't have to do too much reworking. Yeah. And it's, not a matter of breaking it, but exploring different avenues. I mean, if that's what you do and you're good at, I definitely wouldn't lose that. Because that's a cool ass thing to be able to pull off stuff like, especially the symmetry and the balance that you have on that one piece, or on nice, yeah. I mean, because even in rare instances, I can do a portrait if need be, or do calligraphy, or do if it's an element that would really add to the painting, or back in the day, if it was an element that paid the bills, I would do it because I'm like, well, whatever. Hey, thanks for the host. The Blob just hosted the stream for 2 viewers. Appreciate it, man. And thanks for the, follow, and hope you're digging the art. There we go. Castle Anthrax. I'm actually going to thicken the A up a little since the hair drops in there. Symmetry is a crutch to a lot of people. You used to understand. I wouldn't say it's a crutch. More, I mean, it's a technique. You know, I mean, if you can get one thing into, and then slowly start to twist, and like if I make this really big up here, I can do something really tiny and delicate down here, and it would be balanced. Or you know. It's not my thing, but you know, obviously, as the welder showed tonight, I mean, there is artwork out there that's incredibly symmetrical that I enjoy. It's just my, my eye has changed over the years, but it's definitely a great way to understand balance. Yeah. Yeah, because you can't. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's definitely the easy way to achieve balance because it's like a scale. The same weight on each side is going to balance the weight, and you have the exact same. But then you're like, okay, if it's a pound of feathers or a pound of bricks, then you're getting into different textures and on this side and maybe just more, and that's when you start to kind of flow into different. Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error to actually balance a painting that isn't, perfect geometrical symmetry. And that's just something you learn over the years. I mean, that's, that takes practice and tuning your eye. Like I said, I wouldn't call symmetry a crutch, And you can use, because you could do something symmetrical and balance the colors differently and make the colors off kiltered but balanced by using complementary colors or whatnot. So, you know, even if you had an incredibly symmetrical piece, there are different ways to fuck with the balance to offset like geometric symmetry. All right, I think I'm happy with that lettering. It's twisty and weird. There we go. Yeah, definitely trial and error though. Fuck, man. I have fucked some things up balance wise. Freestyle lettering. Oh, we got 4 hours on. Didn't seem like that much. Hydration, but time flies when you have the power of the cock paw. You know it. And time flies when you want to get a fucking painting done. And you're 2 weeks out from tour or leaving. Dear God, man. Can't believe. Yeah. What, 16 days till I leave? Craziness. Absolutely crazy. It is. 16 days. There we go. Motherfucking lettering. I blame Raven. Yeah, we haven't heard from her in a minute. Eh? Oh? Scrolling through Instagram. All good. We're just having a chill session right now. Listening to Nine Inch Nails' Ghosts while I do some bean sprout lettering. Not a bad thing. If you can use that to further your career, fuck it. I have 7 people hosting me right now. Nice. Woo-hoo. I just saw that groovy fact. Yeah, like when I was a mortgage broker, it was cool. As long as I had deals in the pipe, they let me travel, they let me work on art. I mean, it was a very cool situation. You know, well, I guess I didn't really hate being a broker. Just such a sleazy fucking industry. Home loans. But it's always nice if you have a job that accommodates, whether they know it or not. Whew. I really like that. There we go. Grainier. What do you mean grainier? Sleek line, maybe a bit grainier. Anthrax. Wow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're making the hat pins, the lines have to be tight, but for like paintings and whatnot, obviously. But that's something where you can just like take the line work and get a picture of it and vectorize it, and then when you do the painting, do whatever the fuck you want. There we go. Castle Anthrax. Not be as smooth. Oh, okay. Ooh, dropping off. go. Alright, so there's Castle Anthrax all lettered up, and then I'll drop in the 1,975 days. But that is going to be some very almost like it was painted on by the girls themselves. Kind of grainy. I'll send the pre-ink. What? Whoops. Getting close. Final outline on the sign. So this will be finished, and then tomorrow night we'll start working on the other side, which will include so there's the full render sketch that I did of this painting. That's what the whole thing will look like when it's finished, connected and everything. So that middle section is the painting behind me, This skinny section is this door, and then tomorrow night I'm going to be starting on this section. You have the Warlock, you have the actual Holy Grail symbol, you got the monks that smash the boards on their heads, and then this grizzled fuck who asks all the questions on the bridge. So, and then once that's done, we're going to connect all the construct the whole thing, and I will do a stream where I go through the entire painting and unveil it and just kind of show off everything, so that we can get a good look at the finished product, or the finished painting, not the finished product. That sounds so. Yeah. And because I know it's been many, many days and weeks and hours of streaming, and you're like, what? And I can't wait to see what the whole thing looks like together. Anyway, I have no clue what this is all going to look like put together. I'm assuming after my few years of painting experience, it won't look like a balled up napkin on a McDonald's floor in the restroom, but who knows? There we go. Who knows? What's a McDonald's something roll? Never you mind. I'm just being a retard. The welder's like, what? I'm hungry. Send me a napkin rolled up on a McDonald's floor. Great session tonight, though. I had fun with you guys. We got a lot of talked some actual art talk, and that's always good. There we go. Yay! I was born in. So was the client. So my friend who's commissioning this was born in 1975, so that's why I put 1,975 days since our last spanking. Ooh, did I just get ink all over me? No. Well, there you go. And I was born in 76, so almost. Ugh. I think maybe let's strengthen up the line around the circle. Spiffy. There we go. '87. You youngin'. That was the year after my wife was born. She was born in '86. Oh yeah. Robbing the cradle. There we go. I was born on New Year's Eve in '75, so the math gets kind of funky. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. New Year's Eve, baby. You fucked up there, party. Every time somebody asks me how old I am, I have to think about it and subtract. Yeah. I mean, I'm over 40. I figure I can just start saying I don't know. How old are you there, Skipper? I have no clue. I was found floating in a basket down a river. Floating down a river in a basket. How about that? That sounds more like it. It's like Nine Inch Nails teamed up with a bunch of whales. Oh, wow. Dig it. A little bit of splattering in the back here. Let's take a little water. Maybe a little brown paint to begin with. Just some texture. Maybe we'll bring it heavy down here and there we go. Just kind of, you know, it's England. It's dirty. Here's some mud. A little more in his beard there. There we go. All right. Oh, let's take a step back. What's the light? Let's grab the camera, see if I can get you guys a straight on shot. I think it is finito. Hang on a minute. Clear off some of this funk. Woo! Have an arm. An artist studio. Complete clusterfuck. All right. Put that there. Is that okay? That's there we go. It's a little washed out where the Frenchie is, but there he is. Woo! Give me a lick. So we start up there, and then we go into the bubblegum girls. Thanks, Raven. Zoom in on that. So that's what I did for the lettering. It almost looks like little bean vines. Scroll back, and then that drops down into the nights that say nee. Oh. Too much fun with this camera. There's that creepy fish. Just so you guys get an idea of the line work. So, I mean, all that is brush work. I know it doesn't translate very well on a large scale painting when I'm working on it, but So that's all India ink and just the line work. And then there's the splattering. I like to add a little bit of texture, and it helps to kind of fade stuff in, give it a little bit of grit. You can see it all over his beard much better. All the texture in his beard. So splatter, you damn right. Yeah. So pan back. Let's see how far I can go back with the cord. There's the full door, and then that will go on that side. It'll connect to that side of the painting right there. Woo! There we go. Oh! Usually, 40-something round doesn't matter. Yeah, splatter, always a disaster. Akka's gonna have a headband. Nice. So, cool. Woo! All right, that is a wrap. I'm finished this fucker. So tomorrow night I will start on the next door. I really want to drink this warm beer right now. So, I feel it. Whoops! I feel like I need a celebration. So, only the best for this guy. Thank you guys for hanging out tonight. I'm just gonna kind of stare at this for a minute. Not quite gonna go yet, but we could probably raid someone too. It's actually a little bit cold because it got chilly in here. Did I show you guys? I did. Oh, and I'll be working on the bat wings too. I'll show this off one more time because I know there's probably a few new people watching, but my wife did these paper mache wings for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas bat bourbon barrel. So instead of just Fear and Loathing bats, these will go on a full bourbon barrel. These are cured and can hold liquor, and then they will have the bat wings. Show it up. Yeah, you can see the wings a lot better on this camera. So, but I'll be painting these up next week as well and getting ready for tour. All that good shit. I will be on tour September, October. Louisville, September 22nd and 23rd at Bourbon and Beyond. 29 bourbon companies. Robert Plant, Sting, David Byrne, Sheryl Crow, Lenny Kravitz, all headlining. Following weekend in Louisville, same place. 9 Inch Nails headlining. And then I start my drive across country. We go over to Sacramento and we do Aftershock. So I do deserve a horribly warm beer. But yeah, I got some cool stuff. I can't wait to paint the bourbon barrels live. Those are interesting. I have 7 or 8 barrels to paint, and I think I can complete one a night. So it might be a 7-day marathon completing all the barrels. So but we'll definitely have some fun with that. Who's live? I want to go raid someone. Yep. Might as well raid. Might as well raid the Jub. Woo! 9 seconds. All right. Thank you so much for hanging out, guys. All the new people that popped in and whatnot. We're going to have a good time, or we had a good time. We're going to have a good time tomorrow. So I appreciate it, and I look forward to, to the next time. Have a good night. Cheers.